Hello, Henk.
Hello, Andrea.
Great to have you here in Zurich.
Thank you for having me.
I would love to talk with you about our APIs. It's actually, I believe, a passion that we share. So let's get straight to the point. What do APIs have to do with SIX making a difference with data?
Well, let's start from the beginning and explain what API stands for. So it's an application programming interface. In essence, it's the language one application the customer is using to connect and to another, the vendor's application. In our case, to retrieve financial data. Like the cases with real human languages, some can be very easy to understand, some can be very hard to learn. The same is true for technology languages. So it's very important that, as a vendor, you choose something that clients want to use from a technology perspective. And that's why we've chosen to use modern preferred technologies to, for example, build our web API like JSON and GraphQL REST interfaces, as an example. Give something clients feel quite comfortable with using.
Okay, I see. But listening to you, is great technology the only way to make a real difference with data nowadays then?
It's a great starting point. It's definitely not the complete solution. What is very important is the holistic customer experience, and technology is part of that. But how you expose that technology and make clients navigate it is as important, and that's why we've created a customer experience team. And a team with bright minds is only thinking about what the customer is thinking, what they want to get out of technology. And we get to understand that by interviewing them and getting to learn how they think and then to approach it in a similar fashion. An example of that is our web API portal, right? It's the window into our technology. It allows clients to navigate and discover our content and technology at their own pace. Another example is the fact that we're looking at market data itself as well. Financial data can be immensely complex. You're talking thousands of attributes of fields across millions of listings and symbols. So we don't want to overwhelm the customer with all that complexity without actually making an attempt to simplify that a little bit more, make it more intuitive. So that's exactly what we've done as well by making data quite easy to understand in a human readable format so that even the non-technical user can look at the code and read it as a book.
Okay, so it's human readable then?
It absolutely is.
Okay, and you were touching a little bit on technology and like great data and different data sets, I assume you can get via our web API. Could you give us one or two other examples to illustrate this point?
Well, I would definitely encourage everybody to take a look at the internet and search for SIX web API, and you end up on our portal, which is an obvious example to showcase. It actually allows the customer to understand, our technology without having to be a technology geek. And as I said before, it allows the customer to really discover and get comfortable with that at their own pace. Another example is the fact that we've created a fully functioning demonstration application called Regalia Wealth. It's a portfolio tool. It's also available in the public domain. You can look at it. It's a great example of how you can build a very exciting end-user application using the web API as the engine underneath. And we showcase the link between the web API and what happens on the screen. And it basically demystifies our technology and allows the client and our salespeople to talk about something far more exciting because you can see and touch it. And frankly, break down those barriers, so that customers can really think about technology as an enabler, not something that has to be very hard or difficult to implement.
That sounds fantastic. My last question, Henk, is from a technology perspective, what is it that you see on the horizon? What is coming our way?
I think it's all about giving more keys to the customers so they can control the way they operate. They can be more agile about doing certain things. And the API portal is a great example of that. We'll see more of that. I think when we hear from our customers and they tell stories about how the web API allow them to roll out a project in just a matter of weeks as opposed to months, then that's music to our ears. But it really also demonstrates that as a vendor, if you listen to your customers, you can really make a difference with market data.
What a good point to wrap up this conversation. Thank you for emphasizing SIX's affinity to great technology, but also shared value propositions. I truly believe this is how SIX makes a difference. It was a pleasure having you here today.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.